All right, we got another Joe Budden news video. And I know a lot of people are out there going, not again, not Joe Budden. Anywho, Joe Budden is in the news again. Apparently, Joe Budden has inked a deal with Facebook. Not only Joe Budden, there's several other entertainers and influencers that have also signed deals with Facebook to do podcasting on the Facebook platform. I think I'm going to butcher her name. Just Hilarious. Her podcast is going to be on Facebook, as well as a multitude of other of your favorite stars, entertainers, and influencers. Now, what does this mean for the future of Joe Budden on YouTube? No one really knows. I know a lot of people have been getting at Joe Budden on Twitter about the news and talking about the reason why you're making this switch is because Rory and Mal is kicking his tail in the views on the YouTube side of things. And Joe has never been the individual that bigged up YouTube. I think he appreciates his channel on YouTube, but he doesn't, really search for trying to sign an exclusive package or an exclusive deal with YouTube. I'm pretty sure he would love for that to happen, but he never promoted anything like that. And he's always thinking outside the box. Let's talk about Facebook real quick. Facebook is getting into the podcasting business. I think it's late, but it's better late than never. And I feel like Facebook have seen what other applications are doing and other services are doing. They're looking at iTunes. iTunes are getting huge numbers on their podcasting. Spotify's getting huge numbers on their podcasting. Hell, even SoundCloud, even though I really don't use it. I can't imagine anyone else using it, but that's neither here nor there. Even Spotify has gotten better with their, podcasting format. Twitch does it, but they don't really promote it as big as what they promote on Twitch. They're really known for gaming, streaming, and hot tubs. Girls in hot tubs. Those are the in things at Twitch. But that's another discussion for another video. But Joe Budden has signed a deal with Facebook. No one knows the amount. I'm pretty sure it's a good solid number. I'm pretty sure he's been negotiating this number. We really don't know if this deal fell into his laps recently or he's been working on this deal for the past couple of months. Okay. So a lot of people are also talking about what does that mean for Joe Budden uploading content on YouTube. Are the full episodes of the Joe Budden podcast are going to still remain uploaded on YouTube? Maybe are they going to be uploaded at the same time he uploads episodes on Facebook? We really don't. No one really knows the format. I'm pretty sure if you've been paying attention to the Joe Budden podcast, he really uploads a lot of episodes, the smaller episodes of the previous podcast, and then later on uploads the whole enchilada. Okay, so to me, this deal, when you really pay attention to this particular deal, this is the type of deal that he's probably been searching for ever since he left Spotify. I'm pretty sure at first he wanted to re-up with Spotify again, and maybe Spotify gives him a better offer, and it did not work. It did not transpire. And now he's moving on to greener pastures. A lot of people assume that he was just only going to be a content provider on YouTube, even though if you look at his history, he's never been that guy that promotes or big up YouTube. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind getting a deal from YouTube, but YouTube is looking at it as the content providers are at their mercy, because this is really the only successful place if you want to upload videos, and everybody else is a close third, fourth, and fifth. Okay. But with Joe Budden, he really wanted the podcast in its original format. The visuals was never a big thing. It was just an added presentation. But if you've been paying attention to Joe Budden, he always been wanting to do it in an auto podcast form, because podcasting is the way to go, particularly audio podcasting. You don't need a lot of monitors or television sets. You don't need to wait when it premieres. You can watch it, or listen to it whenever, at whatever time, whenever it's convenient for you. You can be grocery shopping and listen to a podcast. You could be driving down the street listening to the podcast. You could be working, listening to the podcast. And I think, and Joe Budden has always illustrated that's the entertainment, the new frontier he wants to pursue. Anybody that's a content creator that's the next frontier. Everybody's jetting into audio podcasting. Now, if you want to put a camera in the middle of it while you're doing your podcasting, that's fine as well. But it's not the main source or the main thing that you're going to try to promote. You're going to promote your audio podcast. Okay. He takes real pride at the numbers that his audio podcast does. Even with Rory and Mal, he always talked about his audio podcast being number one, being better than the $1 million worth of game. It should be up there with the Joe Rogans and the things of that nature. He never talked about how the Joe Budden Network YouTube channel is the number one YouTube channel, and he's trying to eclipse other content providers on YouTube. He's never been in that type of bag. And a lot of people are accusing him as far as running away from Rory and Mal. I think this deal has little to do with Rory and Mal. I think this is the deal that he's been searching for ever since he left Spotify. Even though Rory and Mal was present, and they were, was there when he was trying to search that deal. But he also talked about how when he was trying to search that next deal, how Rory, sometimes when he thinks he's got a deal, Rory would intervene and also talk and somehow screw that bag up or fumble that bag. Joe Budden is saying one thing, Rory saying another thing. I'm not taking either side on either or. But if you watch how, Joe Budden is doing business, this is the business that he's really pursuing. Any content provider knows that podcasting is the new frontier. It's the new entertainment. It's not video. It's not streaming games or floating around in a hot tub or even making videos about your podcast. People look at the numbers of what your audio podcast is doing. And a lot of people that are doing these podcasts, they're signing exclusive deals and making huge bank doing it. Okay. Now, with Rory and Mal, new Rory and Mal podcast, it's in audio form, but it's also in video form. They finally created a YouTube channel, and they're gonna upload the audio portion of their podcast. Well, the visual portion, the visual. Can I say? I'm trying to say Vizio. The visual portion will be uploaded on their YouTube channel, and I think 35 and Venture may distribute it on their side of things, particularly with their YouTube channel. But the audio portion is also going to be not only on 35 and Venture, but on Spotify, iTunes, things of that nature. I'm not sure if they going to be on Facebook. If Facebook trying to get them, being exclusive, that's how Facebook is going to try to compete with the iTunes and the Spotify's. I feel like it'll probably compete better with the SoundClouds or the Anchor apps, and or all the nickel and dime other apps that are out there. It'll AM FM radio app. I think that still exists. It will compete and be very successful than the other applications. But when it comes to iTunes and Spotify, they're still king of the podcasting landscape. We're gonna have to wait and see when you compare their numbers to Spotify and iTunes and Google Play. We'll have to wait and see. So that's what's going on in Joe Budden news. Nothing too serious or nothing too deep. There's a lot of people with tinfoil hats speculating, talking about Joe Budden fired Rory and Mal so he can have that money all to himself. I think that's a speculation people are pointing towards. A lot of people are speculating, talking about he's leaving YouTube because Rory and Mal is kicking his tail on YouTube, which their YouTube channel isn't even 3 months old. And they got 2 videos. And last I checked, when content providers on YouTube, they don't look at just one individual video. They look at all what those videos gravitate when it comes to total views. And I don't think they have reached or eclipsed what the Joe Budden Network has done in total number of views. And I don't think it's a competition thing between either or. It's just they're doing business in a different way. So that's all I got. Talk to you guys later. Deuces.